I prefer silver over gold, and this is a technical observation, by the way, not just a gut preference. Meaning when gold pulls back, they pull back more, but when gold goes up, they go up more. But when I turn to the miners, it looks to us like the silver miners are better placed than the gold miners. Use gold as the mama market, but go into the silver miners is our preference. Now, silver's got a comparable level, and frankly, it's about $1 above the market in the silver market, where it unleashes. But it looks to us like this up-down congestion zone that we've had in gold and downside in the miners and silver since last summer is ending. And I think if it's going to end with abruptness and market violence. Meaning, if you unleash gold here, I think when you uncork it, it's going to move. It's not going to inch its way higher. I don't think you have to work your way back through the old highs once you clear this hurdle we're at right now on momentum. So we're very excited about what we're seeing. And in other markets out the side mirrors that we want to see doing similar or opposite things, they're tending to do that, especially the T-bond market. T-bonds, as we all know, at least for the last year or so, has been moving fairly coincident with gold. Mm-hmm. I'm not talking the short-term debt markets, but the long-term 30-year T-bonds. And, they peaked, price-wise in the last week of July of 2020. When did gold make its peak weekly close? The very next week, first week of August 2020. Yeah. When did bonds make their corrective low? March of 2021. When did gold make its corrective low that has not come out since? March of 21. So they're inhaling and exhaling fairly in sympathy. I think it means that asset managers of size who have skepticism about the stock market as a risk-reward situation are moving their money into safer places.
Mm-hmm. Well, it certainly would seem so, but safer places into the long bond when you're negative real yields, that doesn't seem all that safe, but I guess you got to go somewhere.
It's a parking place for a while anyway.
Yeah.
It's like, instead of your bank account, I prefer silver over gold, and this is a technical observation, by the way, not just a gut preference. And when I look at the miners, in fact, we put out a report today on relative performance showing how does GDX, for example, the gold mining ETF, do versus gold for the last 5-6 years in terms of relative performance. GDXJ, the juniors. And then we look at the silver, SIL, which is silver miner ETF, and also the junior silver miner ETF, SILJ. And net, when I look at all four of them, I expect all of them to beat gold on the upside. They tend to do worse than gold on the downside. Meaning when gold pulls back, they pull back more, but when gold goes up, they go up more. Mm-hmm. So if we're breaking out in gold on our net basis here, our quarterly momentum I was talking about, then I would turn to the miners. But when I turn to the miners, it looks to us like the silver miners are better placed than the gold miners on a relative performance basis. So that's where I would turn my focus right now. So if gold breaks out over our numbers, I think the place to go is use gold as the mama market, but go into the silver miners is our preference in terms of likely to beat the others. It's possibly because they were largely more depressed than the others as well.
Sure.
The beach ball has been submerged deeper, and so when you let go of it, it comes whooshing up. But that's where I'd look, at silver miners.
Before we continue, help us clicking that YouTube like button and subscribe now to our channel. This shows the algorithm that you valued this information. And it helps us spread that message. Sharing is caring. And now, let's continue.
Do you want to know one thing about crypto? I made over 3,000% in profit in a few weeks. Fact is, the traditional financial system, the traditional money system makes you poor, not rich. If you want to earn $500,000, $1 million, you have to wait until you're 50, 60, 70 in the traditional financial system, and you probably will still be broke. And you will be old. This is not a sexy combination, as you can imagine. But the question is, how can you start in crypto and make these profits? Where to invest? Where to start? My name is Gunnar and I'm from Germany, as you can hear, and things are a little bit different in Germany. More about that later on. The fact is, there are lots of different cryptocurrencies. It's a gigantic universe where beginners and professionals get easily lost. But there is light at the end of the tunnel. There are 7 key steps you need to follow to become successful in this market. You have to know them, and if you fail one of them, it's literally impossible to succeed in this market. Just an example, one of the key points is your exchange, and one of the biggest are, for example, Binance and Coinbase. These are trusted and well-established exchanges, but, and this is a big but, you won't find the super profitable coins on those exchanges. The unknown super profitable coins that get gigantic profits are not traded on those kind of exchanges. They are traded on much smaller insider platforms that are barely known. And I can tell you what those super secret exchanges are and why they are so profitable. And another super important thing are the right information sources. The point is, the internet is gigantic. There are hundreds and hundreds of YouTube channels, blogs, pages, and much more. And there are also market makers and influencers. For example, Elon Musk, he is not a crypto guy, but the moment he recommended Dogecoin, it went through the roof, to the moon, so to say. But why did he recommend it? Where did he hear it from? He didn't hear it from newspapers. And believe me, he is listening to someone. But you have to know who, and you have to react before he is reacting. This is really, really important. And these are only 2 of the 7 steps you have to follow in order to be successful in crypto. And if you want to know all of these steps in much more detail, and if you want to have a comprehensive checklist, here's what you should do. There is a link below this video. Click on this link and you will get the opportunity to subscribe to my channel. Click on the link and you will see a video where I explain the next steps. So see you soon. Click on the link now. I'll see you there.